It's Alan and Betsy coming to you from the No BS Bar today here in Virginia Beach. And guess what we're talking about? We're talking about the BS of the Zestimate.
Yes. Everybody goes to Zillow. You know why everybody goes to Zillow? First of all, their app is easy to use and it's simple, it looks good, and they do have lots of data. They basically joined over, I read the number, over 1,000 MLSs across the country. They joined the MLSs so that they would have access to the data. And the access and the data is phenomenal. However, when it comes to the Zestimate, how accurate is it?
Not. For several reasons. One, it could be under. Two, it could be over. So what is your home really worth? That's why you have us, because they've never been inside of your home.
That's the first thing. We take our neighborhood and we look at our neighborhood and we totally upgraded ours, and we've seen other ones that we've seen, dumpsters out front. So we know they've totally did a remodel inside. And that's something you don't know. You could go in a nice 3,000 square foot house, and if it was originally built with builder quality, because that was at the top of the people's budget, and it had base carpeting and base cabinets and base countertops, and you compare it to the house next door that looks the same on the outside, same square footage, however, they went in and they upgraded it to hardwood floorings throughout, and they put the top of the line counters and brand new cabinets. It's not, it doesn't have 1980s paneling in the dining room, and they've changed it. Yeah. Well, if you go look at that, Zillow is going to think that those houses have the same price.
Yes. Speaking of which, I was just at a listing. It could have been last weekend, could have been the weekend before. It's an estate. So the brother is in California, owns a $7 million house. The sister is here. Mm-hmm. I walk into the house. There's a house, 2 houses down, same water frontage, same exact 3-sided water. This one's 3-sided water. The other house, gorgeous, completely gutted, remodeled, beautiful, outside redone, everything. Been on the market for 88 days. Okay. Priced at $788,000, somewhere around there. This house, he says, I think we're going to get around 700 for it. I'm like, here. So the house has never been on the market, so I have no site, no nothing. Walk up to the house, and I'm like this. Oh, good Lord. We're going to get 700 for this house. The garage door is up, but of course, why would I go into the garage door, right? No. Well, now I'm getting this. It's raining, and it's treacherous to get to this front door, right? I'm going over these rocks that are slick and going over this. Anyhow, so I get to the front door, which has probably never been opened in years. So they open up the front door and I walk in and I'm like, first thing you smell? The cat pee.
Ooh.
Then I walk in and I'm like, 40 years old, 40 years since it's been touched. I'm like, nice. Everything about this house needs to be gutted and redone. And the guy meets me, he's like, my wife's on her way back. I'm like, okay, great. He's like, so first thing I want to let you know is we're not going to do anything to the house. I go, sell as is. I'm like, okay, great. Beautiful water view. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, we'll sell it.
But
the price is.
So I know I'm talking to the brother out in California. I'm not talking to them. I'm just there to see the house. And then the sister starts talking to me. So I'm there for an hour and a half. She's a talker, sort of like me. So I leave. And I'm driving and I call the brother and I'm like, when was the last time you were in this house? I mean, because obviously he's very well to do. And he just starts laughing. And I said, I'm just going to explain to you, 700,000 and that house down the street, 788. I'm send you the comp when I get back. I said, but dude, 700,000. I get what you're saying. Zillow says it's worth 700, but
yeah. So here's what it really comes down to. When people call us and they say, hey, here's my address. What do you think my house is worth? The answer is always, I don't know. I haven't been in it. And 100%. That is always our answer, because we will take the time, whether you're ready to list or not. If you're just thinking about it, call us up, because here's what's going to happen. What Zillow can't do for you is come out and say, okay, if it's like this, it's worth this much. If you do this, this, and this, it's worth this much. And if you do this, 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 and this, it's worth this much.
Right, which our VIP program comes into hand then.
We have the contractors to actually give you great service, great prices to get all of it done, because sometimes we'll go in and they'll say, well, we're getting ready to do this before we put it on the market. We say, stop. You're going to spend $20,000 with that company and do that. And we can have somebody that does it for $15,000 instead of 20. But here's the most important thing. If you spend that $15,000 or $20,000, it's only going to raise your value by 10. And do you really want to do that for the next person and not you? So what we want you to do, and this is what Zillow cannot do, is they don't have boots on the ground. They're not going to come look at your house for free. They're not going to come take a look at it and say, hey, here's what we think. And maybe after we hear your situation, we say, you maybe ought to hold off until this is done or this is done, and we can help you. Or let's put it on the market the way it is. We're going to get you this. We're going to maximize your income. We're going to take a look at it doing it this way. Zillow can't do that.
No. And not to mention, I get everybody's going to Zillow for everything, but half the houses aren't even showing that they're under contract or anything.
The other thing is, whoever you invite out to do that, make sure they have experience, because what happens, just so you don't, 60% of the agents in our market sold 3 houses or less. And how much experience do they actually have in pricing a house? How many houses have they seen? We've seen combined 20,000. I don't know, thousands. Yeah.
Oh.
Been in.
There's no way to count that. That's insanity.
25,000 houses.
Way more than that.
We've sold over, more, because we've sold over 5,000.
So you've sold
4,000. So we've 5,000 plus sales. So we've seen, I don't know how many, 50,000 houses in our careers combined. And so that experience is what allows us to tell you, here's what you're going to get. Here's what you're going to do. Here's what this value brings to you. Agents that don't have that experience just can't do it. And most of the agents don't have it. So make sure you subscribe below. And next time we'll see you on the No BS Bar.